Okay, so I've decided I'm not using the app right now because it's too many problems with it right now. So I'm using my computer anyway because I want to show you the I've got my new core thing printed out. So this is probably going to be a very long stream as long as the computer doesn't go and crash on me. So I've got the prints printed out and I'm just sandpapering them at the moment. I haven't acetone treated them yet, I'm just going to sandpaper them first. I've just got a dummy bobbin which for test fitting. And I stuck the camera, the tripod camera thing on the table so you can get a bit of a wider view. Right, let's test fit this. Let's do it tight. Unfortunately, some of these weren't stuck to the bed very well, so I've got a little bit of bowing in the bottom, but I'm not worried. They're going to shrink when I put acetone on them anyway, so. That one fits. Just using a bobbin that I printed previously to test fit, and it says doing it with that. Let's check to see if that one fits. It's a bit tight. See if I can see where it's sticking out. Yeah, it's going in now. So the idea is that these are going to be bottom to bottom. That one's stuck now. Just going in the other side. Oh, this probably might have a bit of a protrusion on it as well, possibly. See if it goes in the other. Oops, it goes in the other side. Yeah, it goes on that side. I see the bobbin itself is it's got a ridge on it. I'm only using this as a test fitting thing. Yeah, that's better. Right, that'll go all the way through now. Right, so the idea is I'm going to stick these together. So what I'm going to do is squirt acetone. Oh, I need to clean that. A bit of 3D printed swap on the bottom there. So that, oh, it's a bit lost. Right, so these will stick together. There's a bit of a gap because of this. It curled up and got off the bed. It wasn't stuck down properly. I'm not worried. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm not going to give it the full shiny gloss treatment. I'm not interested in that for these. These are just claws. They're just going to hold. But I want the benefit of a bit of shrinkage, and I want to stick them together, you see, these two. I couldn't print them easily before with these protrusions on the top because would have required a lot of support material. So what I'm doing is they're going to get stuck together. They're already sticking together now actually. So just line them up. I need where's my glass thing then? I'm using some old CD platters. Because they're nice and flat, you see, and it makes it possible to press down and get them dead flat. Right, so I think they're stuck together now. I need it to dry a little bit, but I want to push them in, see if we go all the way through without sticking to the bobbin. Obviously I don't want it sticking to the bobbin. It's already drying. Yeah. Oops. I don't want it sticking to the bobbin. Come out quick, you bugger. Yeah, I should wait for it to dry, but because I'm live streaming. Right, yeah, that's going to fit alright. And I'll just go at it again because I've scraped up the surface a bit. Right, I'm just going to leave that like that to dry. We'll do the other one. Look, see there's a swap on this one. Actually this one come up pretty clean. These two, there's a bit of swap on the end. Just going to move that out of the way a minute. So I want to get that over here to dry on, stick it on top of that bobbin. Oh, it's going to fall off, isn't it? It's going to fall off when I start sandpaper and stuff. See if that one fits. It's a bit tight. I don't want it too loose, but there's going to be shrinkage. Yeah, that'll work. Oops. Right, that's one done. Let's do the other one, last one. Yeah, that looks gonna go. That's good. Right. Get all that dust off there. I know there's like CD gone. Add this platter on. Let me just stick these two together now. I didn't sound the bottom there, but hang on. There's a gap around the edge, but what matter once the steel's in there, hold it all together. Right. Getting them lined up really. While it's still soft. I'm not worried about the surface finish because I'm going to gloss it again when it's done. It's peeling a little bit on there because they'll be doing it when it's wet, but it's the only way to get it dead flat really. Right, I'll just gloss it over again because I've got some right, stand it on its end. Oops. Oh, that stuff stinks. Right, the other one should be dried now, so this is the one I just did a minute ago. So that one should go in, no problem. If it doesn't, I can always split it again with a knife while it's still soft. Yeah, goes in. So now, I'm going to scald the surface up again, but I'm not worried about that. Well, it's rubbing a lot, I can just scrape that with a knife. Because the acetone makes the plastic really soft, it's like wax, something like that. You can see the hard, the protrusions, but I'm not worried about the surface finish, I can always. So that one's drying at the moment. I'll just move that over there, let it dry in a minute. So the idea is I'm going to stick these, what I thought about doing was using these steel shims that got the notch on for the middle ones. Oops, it's drying. So I can stick the knot, I can see where the notches are, and the notches can be give me a guidance as to how far down I push them and all that. You know, I can push the notches. We can push that all the way down actually, so that the notches actually, this should be the right length. So if I push the middle ones with the notches in the middle, all the way down to the end of there, that should be alright. So I'm going to use the notch ones with the middle ones. Push it in. Alright, I want another 7 of those. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these will basically be an air gap right in the middle, but I'm not worried about that because the other ones on the outside are going to couple directly, and a hammer. Right, there's the middle ones on that side done. Pushed that one a bit too far actually, but I'm not worried. I can knock it back a bit. Let's see. Right, push back a bit actually. Right, how many are there? See, are these actually going to touch in the middle? That's the question. They probably will do. Ah, yeah, there's no air gap there actually. Yeah, they are. They're touching on these on this and this side. That's perfect. So that's good enough for me. It's better without an air gap, really. Like knocking nails in. If they are too long, I'll have to grind them down, but we'll find out. Right, that's partly done. I need the empty that container. 2 more of these with the notches for the middle. I have to do it equal so they're balanced out right. Okay, right, that's one middle, but I've got to do the outside ones as well. It's going to be interesting to see it. I'm almost ready to test it. The only problem is my battery that drives this circuit board runs off a nickel metal hydride battery. This circuit board does. It only uses like 20 milliamps, the circuit board does. Well, nickel metal hydride battery is flat, so I'm not going to expect much output because it's not driving the MOSFETs properly at the moment, but at least we can do a test. But I've got to go to the local room in a bit. I've eaten something that's making me want to go. I don't know. Right, so will this actually... This is going to be a little bit short actually, but I'm not worried about that. It's going to... I've got to reset these ones that go on the sides. They're going to be a little bit recessed, but that doesn't really matter. When you're talking about 1 millimetre short, it's nothing big. Oh, flipping computer's overheating now. I just realised. If I hadn't noticed that, my computer could have reset on me. I might still do that actually. Okay, it's pulling now. Just tip some of these out. On the edge of the table. Knock them two out as well. It'd be easy to put this in the vise and push them in. Really. It's getting a bit late, I don't want to be banging too loud. Knocking it, actually I don't even need to knock it, I could push it in my screwdriver now. I'm going to stab myself in a minute with this thing. The one that I thought I could push wants knocking, so. It's best to put these in while it's soft because then there's less chance of the plastic cracking on me. Oh god, that one's stiff. Get in. Push that one too far. That one's so tight. Trying to get them in the middle. There was obviously a burr in one, that's why it was sort of being awkward. We've almost got one ready. What was that? Oh, it's my bobbin fell down. Right. It's better to be tight than loose because they'll vibrate and make a racket, but these are, when this plastic shrinks it's going to tighten up anyway, so now that one's gone too far. Push it back a bit. I'll give you a close-up. So that's test its temporary core material to try out. Right, that's one done. The other one's just exactly the same as this one, but I need the loo. Oh, right. It's not going to be dead straightforward to swap these out, you know, because I've got to take out the core round ones that it's hard to explain. I'll try and show you what I mean. Get these out of the way a minute. So, oops, these runners run well. Right in the bottom, I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to take, well, I suppose I've super glued them on, so it's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to get my knife under there. There's some little round bits, there's a round hole there, and obviously these new ones are rectangular, so I've got to take some stuff out of there, and I'm trying to get my knife screwdriver underneath there actually, but I can't. I'm going to have to use my chisel, my old chisel, to get these off, and my old chisel is here. I'm going to acetone soak them actually. I might as well get some acetone on for now, and I'll put a bit of acetone in there to soften them up. And I'll stick it back on there for now. Well, it's not really going to stick to anything, I don't think, but I need to get the old bits out of there. So I don't think I'm going to be live streaming the test today, because it's going to be a bit of fine about. That slides so easy. So anyway, let's knock them off with a hammer, but I might break it if I do that. I should be able to get my screwdriver under there on the side. Oh, there we go. That's one way of doing it. So yeah, so get them off, and then I'm going to take these middle sections out, so that the rectangular parts of these can fit in there. I measured it, so it will do once I get the middle bit out there, but let's just get these off. Flying across the room here. That one went right across the room. Right. I'm going to find it before the robot vacuum tries to suck it up. And it won't suck it up right, but it might get stuck in the wheels or something. Where's it gone? I don't know where it's gone. Yeah. Can't see it. Oh. Where's it gone? Oh, we'll have to find it later. Just can't see it. Get my torch out. Where are you? I see you. Right underneath the computer. I've got you. Right. So the tricky part, I suppose I should disconnect this, but the tricky part is to get these out of these plastic inserts that I put in, because they're stuck in with ABS plastic and acetone, and they're not going to be easy to get out. So what I'm going to have to do is get my soldering iron, hot soldering iron, and press down with a flat tip and get that out that way, because that's the only way I think. Otherwise, other than using a mini saw, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to damage my laminations that are in there. Because I stuck them in really well. This one's not so bad on this side, I can probably prise it out. But there's a gap here. Actually, I might be able to get it out if we just gouge a bit. Because I want to get one of them out so I can test fit, you see. Oh, that might actually come out not so bad. It's, my knife can go in. My knife's gone in there. I just don't want to. Yeah, I'll be able to get these out. My knife's already in. I'm just wiggling my knife about to break that seal. So it looks like when I stuck these in, I didn't use too much plastic stuff, so this should come out easy enough. It's a bit tricky doing this actually with this in the way, so I'm going to move that back a bit, get these out of the way. I'm going to put this on the table so it's flat. Right. Get out of the way. I just dropped one of them. I'll stick them in this empty one. Right, it's a lot easier now, it's on a flat surface. So what I'm trying to do is, I don't want to cut myself, obviously. Sorry about the microphone, I don't know what's... Oh, it's that thing that's banging into it. Hang on. That should be better. Once I've broken the seal between the sides, I should be able to lift the whole lot out. Well, it's working anyway, so Right, this whole lot should lift out, this middle section should. Ouch. Right, I'll see if I can lift that one with my screwdriver. Yeah, it's coming. There we go. Got it out in one piece. So with a bit of cleaning up around the edges, the acetone helped a bit, softened things up. So this new section should fit in there now. Yeah, it does, it fits. Right, great. Okay, so I've got to do all of these. Those other two at the bottom as well I've got to be doing as well. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. It's a lot of fighting about, but this one's a lot easier. Oops, that one's split. Oh, this one come out. It's going to be in bits, this one. All my little bars have come loose on one side. I'm not worried. Easy enough to print another one if I needed to. Right, oops, sticking to magnet now. I'll stick, oh come off here. I'll stick all of it in this container, then I won't lose anything. I'll stick that other one in there as well. there's some little bars still in there. I actually used silver glue on this as well, that's why it's so hard to get it in one piece. Right, there we go. Right, we've got one half of it cleared up. Chest fit. Yeah, it works. So that works. It's a bit loose. I'm not worried. I'll wrap some I can either wrap some tape around these ends to make it a tight fit, or I can 3D print a little cover to go around here, because I did actually it's very loose. I don't like it that loose, so I'm probably going to 3D print a little sleeve, because these are going to go through these coils obviously, and I don't like it being that loose, but at least it's better than being too tight, because if it was too tight I would have had to grind all these steel down. I don't want to be doing that if I can help it, really. I've got this other one to put together as well, so let's just test fit. Now it's dried out, see if it fits alright in this bobbin. Yeah, it fits great all the way through. Yeah. Oh, this test bobbin I'm using as a, oops, it's cracking somewhere, but I'm not worried, it's only a prototype one I did. Now I'm going to get these steel things in this other one. Actually, I can't remember now. Did I actually put the slotted one in there? Because push it all the way out again and have a look. Yeah, I did put a slotted one. I want the slotted ones in the middle. These are going in a bit easier so far. That one's, I said that, and now this one's tight. It's probably a bit of burr on the metal actually. I'm hoping I've got enough here, because I'll have to go and rip some more out of the steel sheets if I run out. But oops. Yeah, I need to get some out of the steel sheets, I think. I'll grab the steel sheet and grab some out there. I might just buy them though, that's the only thing. I've got some more in this sheet. I laser cut a few years back, so I don't like popping them all out because I've got to file them all because they've got burrs on. How many do I need anyway? Let's see, I need 3 more of them. Come on. 1, 2. Oh, come on. Come on, you bugger. 3. 1. Oops, where's that gone? Fell on the floor. 2, 3. How many of them others do I need? 1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need another 6 of them. So the ones without the notches are down here. Shit. Put my bin down here to rest it down, it's heavy. I want 6 of these. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, I've already got what I need. I've got to file all these lots, so I've got to keep them separate from them. I only get what I need. If I don't file the burrs off these, they'll be harder to go in. What I'm going to do is take them in the bedroom and put them in the vise and do them all at once. It's a lot easier than manually doing one by one. There's basically these little burrs on the top where they were attached to the sheet. It's too much light there now. Yeah, you can see the burrs on the end. I've just got to file them off. Okay, sorry about the absence. I'm hoping that they'll go in without too much of a struggle now. Oh, I've just realised I've miscounted. Oh no, I haven't. That's right. I thought I'd done on the other side as well, but I haven't. Oh. I certainly don't want to be pulling any more at that sheet. Well, I might have miscounted because if there's 6, oh no I haven't, these are alright because these go all the way through basically. That's alright, thank God for that. I'm wearing everyone's patience then. Slipping about. Pushed it too far. So that one's a bit loose, it keeps falling out. If it does keep falling out, well, I'll just get some super glue and stick some glue on the end. Yeah, I'm going to put some glue on that one because it's going to keep falling out. This is a nylon tool, the glue doesn't really stick to it very well. It's easy to clean it afterwards. I might as well put some glue on all these because they're going to sing like a devil if I don't, if they're loose slightly. Right, that's that one done. I'll do the other one so it's the same. You see, if I ever technically wanted to take these apart and get the steel out, I'd just chuck it in a container with acetone and melt all the plastic off them. You see, that's the easiest way of doing it to get the steel back out. But I don't see why I would need to do that, because as I say, I've got plenty of those steel things left, and I can't think of any other use for them actually at the moment. There we go, new core materials all ready to go in. I've just got to get the other things out of there. I'll stick all this scrap stuff that's left over. There's little bits on here, you can't see them probably, they're so tiny. I'll stick it in this other thing. Right, so we've got two new cores ready. That one's moved a bit actually. The glue won't be set. Probably not. Just tap them down a bit. I want it even. Still sticky, I can feel the glue still sticky, so right, that looks better. Too much light. So let's weigh them, see what the weight is, see if they're exactly the same amount of weight, because the weight will affect the inductance. Let's get my scales turned on. $90.3 grams. 90.1 grams, that's near enough. 90.1 grams, don't forget the glue and everything hasn't dried out, so the weight will change by 0.1 of a gram or something like that. 90.1 grams, that one. It's now reading 90.2 grams. Obviously the acetone's drying out, so it's going to get lighter. Let's try that again. 90.3, 90.2, so it's in between 90.3 and 90.2 grams. That's reading 90, it went to 90.2 just then, it's 90.1 now. Let's try that again. 90 grams. These scales are very touchy. 90.1. 90.2 now. So yeah, I don't think there's anything to argument about them two being the same. When we talk about 0.1 of a gram, I mean, what is 0.1 of a gram? I mean, get this tissue paper. That tissue paper weighs 0.6 of a gram. That's bog roll. That tissue paper weighs 0.6 of a gram. This is what I'm talking about. This is how accurate, how minuscule the difference is between them two cores. So yeah. Right, we've got these ready to go in. I've just got to get the I'll take that off there. It's a bit cluttered up on here. It'd be easy if I just disconnected all this lot. It really would, but I'm trying to do this as best I can without unwinding it, because I want to leave the wiring the same, because if I disconnect all the wiring and I connect it up differently on the next test, then I'm going to be confused as to whether or not I've wired it the same. So I'm trying to keep the wiring all the same. So let's see if I can get this. Oh, I'm going to put my finger on these things this time so it doesn't fly across the room. I can't get the damn thing. Right. I'm not getting my knife underneath, my screwdriver underneath. I'm going to use a bigger screwdriver. Got ya. Oops. Got that one. Oops, where's that gone? Ouch, come on. Ouch! Caught my finger, I just stabbed myself. I'm trying not to stab myself and they're flying across the room again. Actually, that's glue. That's melted ABS that's on my finger. It's not blood. Got ya. Right, got them off. I'm trying not to rip wires off as well, because I don't know if soldering wires back on. Ouch. You know what I forgot to do? I've got to put some acetone in to soften these up. Makes life a bit easier. It breaks the bond. That's better. It's already getting easier. It lubricates my blade as well. Oh, that one was easy. Shows you what difference a bit of acetone can do. This bit should come out. Now, it's moving about. Right, let's see if I can lift that out. It's coming. There we go, one piece. Stuck to my finger though because of the acetone. Right, one more to do and then we're there. This one should be even easier because of the acetone soaked in for a minute or two. Very easy. My knife just went straight down. Trying to get in the crack, it's a bit tight. Can't press too hard because it'll break the blade. Oh, that one's disintegrating on me as well. It's the acetone's done that probably, but well. Right, this should lift out now. Yeah, got you. It's split into two, but I'm not worried. It's gone soft, the acetone's made it soft. Right, I'm just going to stick that in the pot, and then if I need to go back to that idea, I could also 3D print some more core plastic things just to stick them in there. Right, we've got all of it cleared out ready now. Right, so as I said, I could 3D print some things around here, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to wrap some sellotape around it for now. Actually, I could use something thicker than sellotape. I've got some gaffer tape, so what I'm going to do is, this is a bit thicker than sellotape, I'll wrap some gaffer tape, I'll cut it into strips, so I don't know how much, I haven't got much of this left, so what I'll do is I'll stick it on there a minute. Where's my scissors gone? It's cloth tape, and because of that, once I get started I should be able to peel off something about the right width. So I'll cut it there, and should be able to rip it right down, which is better than sellotape. There we go. Stick it on the table a minute. I'm not worried about losing stickiness, I just want it to be, I've got it a bit wide actually, but oh well. Actually, is this going to be tight the other way as well? Yeah, so it's both sides. I want a bit of packing on. I'm not sure how much more to put on. I'm just gonna test it. Let's see. We can go a bit more. It'd be lucky if I've got this exactly the right length. It might be as well. I'm going to have to trim this bit off the end. You know, I think that's just about right. So, where's my really sharp scissors gone? I'm looking for the pointy ones. Oh, there they are. I did get that a bit too wide, so what I'm going to do is next time I'm going to make sure I get it a bit narrower, because it's a bit too long, a bit too wide I mean. Oh, this stuff I hate it, it sticks to my scissors really bad. I'll 3D print some proper sleeving for it if I need to later on. just so that things don't flop about. I don't like things flopping about. Sorry, I'm not looking at comments in the chat at the moment because my browser crashes on me when I do that. Right, so that's one done. Let's test fit that. It might be a bit too tight. If it is, it's better than being slack. It's actually not far off. I just need to take one wrap off, I think. So I'll take half a wrap off because I must take more off if I need to do. Half a turn of tape off. Yeah, actually wants a full turn off. So what I'll do is, based on the fact that that was a bit too long, I'll put this half on the back of there, this bit I took off on the back of there, and then if I cut that off there, the next time I do them strips it should be just right length. See if that's right now. Let's try it in this one. Yeah, that fits perfect actually in that one. That one must be, yeah, it's alright in that one as well. Yeah, that's bang on. Let's try all of them. Yeah, snug. All of them are snug. So all I've got to do now is make sure I don't waste all this tape and I need I should have done this last time actually. Just go up to there, nick it. Just nick it with my scissors. I'll use the other one I've seen. Now I should be able to peel off a strip. That's one thing I like about cloth tape. You can rip it in a straight line. I'll do the other end. That should be exactly right now instead of me having to take some off. It's a damn sight easier than sellotape because that stuff's so thin I would have had to put loads and loads on there. This is a lot thicker, so I don't think I actually need to 3D print anything. I think this is going to work fine. With it being cloth tape, it doesn't snare up as much. It's a lot stronger. So I've got both ends done now. So let's see. Yeah, that's great. Do the other one. Yeah. Perfect. It's so snug in that one. You can lift it up. Look, pick up the whole thing. It's tighter in that one than these other two, but these other two it's just fine. So we've got one ready. I can leave that in there. And, I've got to put it in my core. So what I've got to do now is I've got to pop out these old cores. Right. Take them out. Right. Put this new one in. Oh bollocks. Is it going to be too... Oh no! It won't go through the coil. Since I put the tape on. Oops. Oh, so I'm going to take the tape off on one end and then put the tape on after I put it in. Shit. Sorry, my language. So I've got to take the damn tape off just to get that in there. At least I found that out sooner rather than later. I could have done both of these and then have to take tape off both of them, so I did save myself a bit of work by doing it. Finding out now. Come on, go in. Yeah, that's why I really needed to 3D print some little sleeves to go on, because then I could just slide them off. Right, so I've got that on, and now I've got to wrap that plug-in tape again. There we go. Right. I've got this way. Stick that one in there. It's ready. That one's in. Get this other one done now. This tape, hopefully it should be wide enough. Oops, it's coming off the table. I'll just nick this. Alright, it's going to be just right for two more. Stick it on there actually. Stuck together. Oh, don't you do that to me. Right. There we go. Right, I've got two. Some more thing to get off. Right. We'll do this one. And I'll have to do the other end once it's in the core, in the bobbin. Okay, there we go. It's actually it's a bit, I've got it wider for some reason. I thought I'd measured it right, but not quite. It's really gooey. It gets on the blade of the scissors, and it makes such a mess on the scissors. Sometimes I have to clean the scissors with acetone because it gets all gooed up. Alright, that'll do for that end. Let me just make sure this end isn't going to be too wide. Yeah, it's going to be just right. So let's push out this core out this one. Right, out. Put the new one in. Put it underneath so it's easier. Got ya. Right. Just have to wrap this other one on. Oh, I know why it was probably overlapping a bit. It might be something to do with the how far I push these, and I don't know. There's a bit sticking up. I'm going to have to trim this in situ anyway. It will be a lot better if I do print some little sleeves, because this tape is so sticky it can start to sweat after a while, especially if it gets heated up. It can start sweating and it makes such a sticky mess. Right, that's not so bad. Just got a bit of trimming to do on the top. Oops. So interestingly, I did that video the other day. I was actually just testing my reel-to-reel. I was playing it, and I'm not even sure if it was playing at the right speed. It was really just to air out my reel-to-reel light. So, and unfortunately, reel-to-reel tapes, 99.9% of them, well, I would say maybe 90% actually, but 90% of the old archives that people have of reel-to-reel tapes recorded in the 70s are of music with very, very little dialogue. So trying to find a reel that's just all dialogue is a bit hard to do. So there's me playing my reel-to-reel tape just to test it out on the live stream on YouTube, and immediately, without hesitation, within 24 hours YouTube sticks a little copyright claim on it. I'm thinking, oh, give me a break, for God's sake. This recording was probably made before the internet even started. You know, this recording was probably recorded in the 70s or the 80s, before we even had the internet, and copyright can't, and YouTube can't wait to pounce like a big tiger saying, get off, you can't play that, sort of thing. So needless to say, it was only a temporary video. I put temp in the title anyway. Even though it had temp in the title, they still couldn't wait to pounce on it. So yeah, I had to delete it. But that's life, isn't it? You can't do anything these days. Soon you won't be able to blow your nose without permission. Look at that, perfect. Fits, right. So all that work just to put these test cores in. I can't wait to get the monocrystalline, nanocrystalline stuff, and this will be interesting comparison between the copper welding rod material, because this has got no copper coating on it. So it'll be very interesting to see if that copper was responsible for high currents without a load. So the coupling will actually the coupling on these should be even better, because it's a rectangular area that intersects with the laminations instead of just a small round area. We should get better coupling on there. Oh, these magnets are stuck together again. Come apart, you buggers. Right, let's see if we can get this. I might have got this upside down. I'm not sure if it's back to front or what. If it's wrong way around, it won't produce any output, but let me see. The wire was... Oh, that's right way around if I do it like that. No, it isn't. It this wire was at the front, that's right. So I don't want to rip my wires off. Let's get this pulled forward a bit. Oh, don't forget, as I said, my nickel metal hydride batteries that drive this are totally flat right now. So we're not going to get much joy, but what I hope to do is, what I'll probably do is switch over to my phone later on tonight and do a test, because I don't think you won't be able to see it right now because of this camera angle. It's right up there, and let's just see if this all fits on top. See if I can get it lined up. It's probably going to be a little bit fiddly to get it in the holes. Because it's rectangular hole. Yeah, it goes on, yeah! Look at that! It fits! Yeah! It fits. Right. Without any effort, it went in. It was, well, a little bit of effort, but not too much effort, but it fits. And I'm very eager to test it, but you'll have to take my word for it, because the camera's up there right now, and it's not the phone I'm using, it's the other camera. So I'll connect it with the nickel metal hydrides briefly, because obviously the batteries are going to go straight down, they're going to go flat really quick because they want recharging. But I should be able to get a pulse evaluation on the input current to see what's going on. Let's switch it on, see what happens. Input current is actually lower. That's good. Output current is actually about the same. Input current's at 70 milliamps right now. It's actually going up. Input current's going. It's out of tune. Obviously, it wants tuning. I can't tune it too much because the battery's going down. Let me just twiddle a bit. It's about the same. So that copper coating doesn't seem to be, well, it does actually, the input current is actually less. So I would have to say it's an improvement. Oops, I'm not my tuning capacitor then. Yeah, it's definitely an improvement. I've got better output for input relative. I mean, it's showing on the high side, it's showing 80 milliamps right now, which is not bad. But my nickel metal hydride batteries are going down pretty fast. I can hear that, I can see them. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I need to get them nickel metal hydrides. I think they're totally, let's see what voltage I'm getting. Oops, what have I done? Oh, I've knocked that off. Let's just see what voltage I've got going into from the nickel metal hydrides, because to drive this board, I'll stick the meter on here so you can see it probably. I don't know if you can see it or not. what have we got on here? It's probably about 18 or 17 volts or something silly. What is it at? Oh my god, 11.6 volts. There's no wonder it's not working very well. We're driving my MOSFETs with very poor power, so we're only at 11.6 volts, so it's not going to, the MOSFETs don't get a big enough pulse to drive them properly, that's why. Okay, so yeah, this voltage that's coming in is supposed to be 24 volts to drive this circuit, and it's only getting 11 volts right now, so yeah, I need to get them charged up. There's no wonder that's no good. I'll turn it off, because if I discharge the nickel metal hydrides too much, it ruins them, because, well, the reason some of the cells get reverse biased, reverse voltage in them, and it ruins the nickel metal hydride. So I don't want to run that with 11 volts too long, because it will completely destroy them. I need to get the charger on there actually. So it's not an accurate test actually testing with the low batteries driving the circuit, because we're not getting an equal test. Normally we're running with 24 volts coming into this board, which drives my MOSFETs properly, and so it's not an accurate test that. Anyway, at least we've got the new cores in, and they do seem to be better, considering normally with the flat batteries I would see 100 milliamps on the output at this point, where I'm going into like 4.16 volts up there, like, so I would normally see 100 milliamps. It's actually, so it's doing quite well to push out 180 milliamps is what I saw on there, so that's pretty good. That means that when those nickel metal hydrides are charged up, in theory I should be seeing 300 milliamps output or more at this voltage. So we'll find out later, because it's going to take all night to charge them. It's going to take all night to charge up them batteries, so properly really. But at least you saw me put the new cores in, and you saw the process of doing that. We've got something else to play with. I'll stick these up here so I don't stand on them and rip them off while the vacuum comes along and tears everything out, which it can do sometimes. It can grab a hold of something and, with its little brushes, and rip all my connections out, which it's happened before. I once went to bed, you know, and had the robot vacuum was programmed to go and clean the carpet, and I forgot to put some wires away, and I woke up the next morning, found it all tangled up. It had wrapped itself, it managed to wrap itself around one of my cables, but it's got protection built in, so it just cuts out when it does that. But it was all tangled up with wires, and I had to untangle it all, and yeah, it was nothing high, but it was nothing that was, it wasn't plugged in even, it was just a wire on the floor, it wasn't even plugged in. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that happens. But so I've got to be super conscious about what I leave on the floor. Anyway, the robot vacuum's not cleaning the living room at the moment. He's locked in the kitchen. He's just doing mopping. So I have to manually bring him in here and do vacuuming, which is probably a good idea when I've got wires everywhere. Just manually turn him on when he needs to come in. Anyway, that's the upgrade, temporary upgrade for now.